And let's go. Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. With me today is my client, Ashley Rowbury. I am so excited to be able to have this conversation with her. I've started working with Ashley about probably a little bit under 2 months ago. And I was so excited to work with her because she was so excited. She did exactly what we talked about, and she is on a tear. I cannot wait to share her story with you. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself, Ashley?
Yeah, I worked for a couple of CPA firms in the past, and then I worked in corporate accounting for about a year and a half. I love bookkeeping, and I've always thought about running my own bookkeeping business, and so I got in some bookkeeping Facebook groups, and I just kind of was at this state of overwhelm with all of the information that was out there about how to start my business, how to get clients, what the best software was, all of those things. Information overload.
Nice. So I guess kind of let's go back to the beginning. So it was like information overload. I know that you had like a lot of different opportunities that were coming at you, but kind of organizing who to go after first seemed like it was a problem. Can you speak a little bit about that and what was that like?
Um, it was pretty overwhelming, but like after working with Bryce, he really personalized his coaching to me and encouraged me to go talk to the people that I know um, about what experience I have. And that has really helped with the overload of where to find clients or what the best strategy is.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think that was like the main thing when we first even started talking was like you had people who were reaching out and they would say, hey, like when you're ready to get started, like reach out with the quote or a price. And it was almost like, just kind of that analysis paralysis was,
Yeah,
kind of the thing. So that's why it's like, I think one of the biggest things that we worked on was like taking imperfect action, right?
yeah. And just being willing to like be myself. And even if I struggle through or like stumble through an onboarding, that it's okay. I don't have to be perfect. I'm an accountant. We're all accountants. Like we're perfectionists and we want everything to like be the right way. But just like having the confidence to make mistakes and to not have everything be perfect and to really and also one thing I really struggled with was my pricing. And so we talked through that, and Bryce gave me some resources, and we did some. He encouraged me to do some mindset work on not undervaluing what I'm offering, and that really helped me too.
Mm. Yeah, I think she's referring to our pricing calculator we give to everyone inside of the mastermind or inside of the mentorship program. Like, it's one of those things where my job is kind of to take away all of those distractions so that you can just be like, hey, I'm here. You
Yeah,
know, and I think like you're one of my favorite ones because it's like as soon as all of the distractions were kind of like eliminated, you just tunnel vision and like you just started like things started working for you almost, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really did. It was just like, yeah, once I got rid of like the distractions, Bryce encouraged me to like get out of some of those groups that I was in. And that really helped me to focus on putting my efforts and my energy in better places.
Yeah. That's just a good. I forgot about that. Yeah, because there's a lot of people, probably like people watching, where you're inside of these different groups on Facebook, but they're kind of fear mongering each other and giving you like new things to be afraid of. What if this doesn't happen? What if this doesn't happen? So it's almost like the first thing that we always work on is like filtering your information so that you don't get overwhelmed. So I
Yeah.
guess like what kind of piqued your interest in even talking to me? Because I think we started a conversation, but I don't remember why you started talking to me.
So it was in one of those Facebook groups. Um, I had met a financial planner, and we had chatted about he wanted to team up to kind of like offer our services to both of our clients. a lot of his clients need a good bookkeeper, and my potential clients are probably going to need some financial planning. And so I hopped in one of those groups to ask, like, how do I price this? Like, what do I do? He wants to invoice me. He doesn't want me to invoice the client. Anyway, so it was just kind of this question about, like, how do I go about that? And you were the only person who answered with any sort of valuable information. And we just kind of started chatting from there. And from there, I learned about you, and you shared one thing that was really, really nice, actually, was that you weren't afraid to share your failures. You shared a time that you tried something and it didn't work, and how hard that was for you, and how you were able to, like, move on and move forward from that and build your own successful business. And I wanted to talk to somebody who had gone through something. I had gone through something similar, and so that really helped, like, build trust with me. And it was really nice to chat with you and see how you were able to move past something that was so difficult and make your life so much better. And that's what I was looking for.
Like, I'm smiling now because, like, I think you're one of the first person to, like, talk about that. You know, not I think a lot of people take that for granted. So it's always great because it's like that's why you're doing well now, and like why you're gonna continue. I mean, you might be at 10 grand a month on accident in the next like 6 months, and it's like, well, as long as your workflows and stuff don't get overwhelmed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, let me ask you this question because you know there's a couple things that we can kind of go from there. What really, like, what kind of kicked you over the fence? Because you were like ready from the moment I met you. It was like you didn't have to think about it. There was no hemming and hawing about whether or not you wanted to start a business. Like, you were in from the start. Like, what do you think about you, or what causes that?
Um, God, I don't know. That's a good question.
Mhm.
I think when I was, there's a whole bunch of things. There's a whole bunch of examples, but I live in Hawaii, and 2 years ago, I just knew, like, I had this overwhelming feeling that this is where I wanted to be. This is where I'd always come on vacation. And finally, it just got to this point where it was, if not now, then when? And so I was working for a CPA firm. I got them through January, the worst month of the year for bookkeepers. And the first Monday in February, I walked in and put my notice, and I took this huge leap. And I came here just not really knowing anybody, and I landed, and things just kind of worked out. And so it kind of was that same feeling, like, if not now, then when? That I have this opportunity now. I'd had a failure, and I was like, you know what? I've kind of always thought about having my own bookkeeping business, but if I don't do it now, then when am I going to do it?
Mhm.
And it's just a personal decision, and this drive that I have, like, I have to make this work. I got to pay my bills. Like, my decisions are go back to work for somebody else and make their business successful, and trade my time for money for the rest of my life, and just do, like, that whole butts in seats thing. Or I can build my own business, work with the people that I want to work with, have the freedom to create my own destiny, my own financial destiny, rather than trading my time for money and always asking for permission to make more money.
I mean, like, it's crazy because it's like, you were like in between some things when we first met, but it's like there was no excuse. It was like, I gotta make this work, and you're making it work. And like, people were talking about COVID and different things, and businesses aren't paying money, but you're getting calls almost every single day now from people who are looking for your help. It's just a matter of if they can afford you, or if it's a
Yeah.
good fit. And it's just like all the other excuses in the world. you kind of push them to the side, and
Yeah.
it's funny.
Like, and it really is. It's all about, and I shouldn't say all about, a lot of it is hard work and time spent, but a lot of it is mindset work. If you are fearful that you're only going to find clients who don't value bookkeepers and who don't want to pay what you're worth and who only want to pay whatever $100 a month for payroll and all of their payroll filings, like those are the clients that you're going to find.
Mm.
But if you are in the mindset that what I have to offer is valuable and that you are helping businesses be successful by taking things off of their plate, and what is that time worth to the business owner for them to then be able to focus on growing their business instead of being stuck in the weeds with their bank statements and their reconciliations and their payroll. I love bookkeeping.
Mm.
I'm a big fat nerd. I love it. I think it's fun. I love when things reconcile. And I don't think that a lot of business owners realize that when they start their business, that they're also signing up to be their own bookkeeper. And so getting away from that mindset of, oh, they don't want my services. There's too much going on right now. Businesses don't have money to, what could they be doing if they didn't have to worry about this, has really helped attract the right clients to me.
Mm. Yeah. So let me ask you this question. So, what would you recommend that other people actually work with me?
100%. Yeah. You really helped to break down some of the barriers and the fears that I had about making mistakes, and what if my pricing isn't correct, and what if they don't want to work with me? Like sometimes people are going to say no. Like even if I want to work with them, that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to work with me. And like not making decisions out of desperation. Like
Mhm.
you really helped me um, to get over some of those fears and to start talking to people that I know. That was kind of a big fear for me, is that I'd had a failure. And so what if I talk to people that I know and then I fail again?
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of like getting over those fears, and you really helping to show me that this is what I need to do. And I think a lot of us, like accountants and bookkeepers, are like good students. And so when you would give me like homework assignments and I felt like I was in school, like that was really valuable and helpful for me too. And some of the things that I tried um, didn't really like feel like the right things for me. And so you helped me to work through some of those things and um, find better avenues to get my clients. And as it turns out for me, like talking to my local network and meeting with like some local tax preparers and getting the word out that way has really helped with this steady flow of referrals.
Yeah. And I mean, even when you talk about the tax payers, it's like people are like, "Oh, that's the magic bullet. Is just go, try, never go." No, like there's a reason why they choose to work with you. They have so many people, so many bookkeepers and other accountants asking for business,
Yeah.
but it's the person that you are now and that you've become through this process that people just start wanting to give you stuff. They want to help you.
Yeah. It's like so weird. It is, because like I met with you and I just like felt this instant connection that we would work really well together. And it was kind of like that same thing with the financial planner. And there's another client that I have that is it. It just really is about the personal connections and like how those work for me. That works for building my professional relationships.
Yeah. And the ability to be able to make swift, decisive decisions in a place of abundance and where you want to go versus
Yeah.
where you are now. I mean, because when you were first starting, you had so many reasons not to do this program. Like some people, when I talk to them on the phone, they're like, they list off reason after reason why they shouldn't do it, which sometimes, they are very valid.
Hmm.
But then you see them 6 months from now, and unfortunately, they're in the same spot.
Yeah.
But so let me ask you this question. So what would you say to someone who is maybe on the fence? Maybe they don't know what to do. What should they do?
Get a coach, get somebody who is going to give you um, some concrete tasks, some things to do, who is working with you personally. And I highly recommend that you go work with Bryce.
I appreciate that, because it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things, we haven't even done that much stuff together. It's almost like people understand. They're like, why would I just pay you? Because it calls you to commit to yourself, and good things
Hmm.
start flowing into your life.
Yeah. And that really is, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It is just, it sounds like hooey, but like making decisions from a place of abundance rather than from a place of fear. I was scared. My cat had I lost a job that I loved. My cat got hit by a car. I, um, I had just moved into a more expensive house. Like, there
Yeah.
are so many reasons, and things just like kept happening and happening. And there were so many reasons for me to say no, but I knew that the things that I was doing were just kind of like time wasters, and I was spinning my wheels, and I needed some direction. And when I reached out, when I met that financial planner and asked for advice, and Bryce was right there giving me good advice. And then I saw, you know, like I said before, like I saw your story, and I immediately wanted to work with you. And so you've given me like so much good advice and so much good direction. And you really helped me, even though we haven't done like a ton of stuff together or had like a lot of one-on-one calls, just like you giving me direction and like setting me on the right course and pointing me to where I need to be. And these are the decisions you need to make so that you can stop spinning your wheels. Like that set me onto the course that I'm on.
Excellent. I really appreciate your time, and just getting to know more about you, because there's some things in this call I didn't even know. Like, you haven't told me that. So, like, where do people go to learn more about you? Maybe if someone is looking for an accountant or a bookkeeper, where can they go to learn more about you?
Oh, I'm working on my website right now. It is aplusaccounting808.com. And so hop over there, and you'll be able to learn a little bit more about me and schedule a discovery call.
Nice. Yeah, she doesn't have a website yet, and
Yeah,
it doesn't. You don't need one. It's like, just keep it.
I
Again.
know. It was just the whole, like, I was getting stuck on the phone like so much with people like asking me questions and wanting me to give them prices, and so I figured a website would be a good place to send them where they could learn more about me and about my background and how I got to where I am, so that they can have like a little bit better idea of who they're working with and sell myself a little bit, before they schedule those calls with me.
Exactly. The key I was making there was, she already had the people
Oh,
coming to her before she got the
yeah,
website. It's like everybody's focused on the wrong things at the wrong time. It's like, no, no,
yeah,
no. Get the volume. Now you're filtering out the volume so you can do less calls and get a higher percentage of them to pay you money.
exactly. Yes. You don't need a website right off the bat. You don't need a fancy schmancy email right off the bat. You can just like start with a Gmail account, start by talking to the people that you know. And once you get busy and you need to start filtering and like you need a place to direct the people who want to work with you, like you don't have to worry about having all of that stuff set up before you start looking for clients. Start looking for clients, start showing people your work ethic, start showing people who you are, and they will come to you.
Exactly. I really appreciate you, Ashley. You've done a lot for me in the time we worked together, just changing my perspective on just people in general. And it's been very great to be able to have you inside the mentorship program. So I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Bryce. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Ashley. So for those watching, we thank you. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Cannot wait to work with you. We're going to stop recording in 3 and 2.